What's happening, party people? This is your guy Damien. Um, just wanted to get some things off my mind. Been thinking about lately. Um, it's been kind of weird, a weird feel. Overall, in general, I'll probably say within this last few weeks or so. Um, this thing with these deaths is pretty weird. I don't really know what to even say or even think about it. Um, it's just weird. Sometimes these things are just hard to explain. Um, I just think with first I'm gonna go ahead and say that last week, um, shoot, I can't remember, Doris something. She was the mother on Everybody Loves Raymond. She passed away at 90 years old. You know, prayers go out to her and her family and everything. Um, I think that this death thing, and it's been death since three so far, pretty much is how that's been going. Um, what you have here is just a strange situation in case with these next two ones. Now, I want to talk about with Chyna and her situation because I think throughout time, her situation, she could have, I know this sounds kind of weird, but she could have been saved. I think she could have been saved, and it's just a shame that it never got to the point to where WWE and her got together and patched things up and got it worked out. You know, I don't want this whole thing for WWE to steer away from her because she had done porn. Uh, I'm a, Speaking of which, I'm gonna get on that because of course Triple H on Stone Cold podcast pretty much says that Chyna won't be in due to the fact that she done porn. Okay, here's something just gonna throw out there. And those of you who know a character by the name of Val Venus, what was his character based off of? Porn. Uh, what about, I can't even remember what year, but Edge and Lita and their supposedly live sex show on Raw. Uh, just even teasing the idea, you know, it's like, okay, you're basically promoting some form of sex in some sort of way out of that. Um, it's just weird. It doesn't make any it just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, and then of course X Pac doing a film with Chyna. We need to focus on her accomplishments in the WWE, being able to help her out to get her on the right path away from being depressed and anxiety and drugs and stuff like that, and I think sleep deprivation too. um, these things should have been figured out and she could have been saved. I honestly think that WWE, Triple H, Stephanie, whoever should have been the bigger person or should have sucked it up and you know patched it up. She was more than happy to patch up stuff and move forward and possibly even get in the Hall of Fame. I know she was open to that. I think everybody knows she was open to that. But WWE didn't want to have nothing to do with her. Didn't want to hear it. It's pretty sad. You know, she was arguably the best women's wrestler of all time. She's made serious strides when she was in the WWE, and she's done some things that's never been done before. You know, first woman to be the Intercontinental Champion, first woman to be in the Royal Rumble. I mean, it just boggles the mind how WWE dropped the ball on this, and it's pretty sad and pretty pitiful the more I think about it, because you've had issues with so many different people, Hulk Hogan, all that stuff. Look, I don't care about the Hulk Hogan situation no more. Let him be a part of it. Now, he's already apologized and regretted everything and all that stuff, and then that's that. And I'm done with it. It just needs to. It just things need to get fixed. WWE that has broken relationships, they need to start fixing them. That's my opinion. That's what I think. They need to start fixing these broken relationships. And then maybe you probably could have saved some lives. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that agree with me when it comes to situations like that. eh, Chyna was a good wrestler. She was a key point in the Attitude Era. Literally a key point in the Attitude Era. And it all basically blew up in smoke off of some crap that went down. Whatever the personal situation was with Stephanie, Triple H, and Chyna, that's between them. Because you already know, and I already know, and I've heard the news off of a podcast last night. Shout out to JD from NY206 and Joe Cronin show. That, you know, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just silly to me. They should have patched that relationship and they could have saved some dang lives. That's just my opinion. Then come to find out this morning that a legendary and iconic singer, Prince, at the age of 57, has passed away. They found him in his estate. I know there's a lot of women out there in the world that are just crushed. And I get it, you know. And, you know, a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that I've actually run into that don't really know much about Prince or know about his music or anything like that. And that's fine, you don't have to. But he was iconic. And he was still a big name in music. Had arguably one of the best Super Bowl halftime performances of all time in Miami, and it was raining. It's like, you know, it stings. This one stings, just like Chyna stings. It's like I don't know what's going on in the world. You know, I just don't know what's going on. I don't understand it. But it's just sad. You know, he's been sick for a little while. He I don't know, it was either the flu or pneumonia or something like that, but he's had that for some days. He was like on his way to go do a show and had to do an emergency landing somewhere to get treated. So, you know, it's quite unfortunate, but you know, I guess it is what it is. But yeah, it's pretty sad. But the other thing with Chyna that I heard not that long ago was that she made a vlog on YouTube, like, well, from yesterday. It was 3 days ago, so it's probably 4 days ago now. And that was the last time her neighbor talked to her. And her neighbor usually calls her. And when her neighbor tried to call her the last few days and got no answer, you know, she thought something was up or knew something was up and decided to call the police. And then that's where they found her in her home, you know, out, dead. And it's weird and interesting because she could have been dead for a few days. And that, you know, nobody had known besides her neighbor. You know, it basically seems like she was just alone. And you don't have anybody in the world, or you don't have anybody in the world you can kind of either count on, lean on, or trust. It sucks. It really does. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, she went out like that. It's unfortunate that she went out and, you know, that relationship with her in the WWE never got patched up. It's sad. It's just flat out ridiculous. And so, yeah, so Chyna could have been dead for a few days. And Prince, unfortunately, I don't know how he is when it comes to watching his health, going to doctor's appointments, getting flu shots, whatever. Didn't seem like he was much into that. At least I don't think. But, you know, this sickness has pretty much had a chokehold on him and never let go. And it's unfortunate, you know. But, you know, he'll be missed. But, that's all for this video, you guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and come up with a weekly video / show or whatever like that. Just about pretty much on whatever. Doesn't necessarily have to be about wrestling. It could be about whatever. But there's going to be some wrestling in there. But it could be about whatever. But I want to start doing that and keep getting those going. And then we'll go from there. But sad news in these last day and a half, 2 days, with WWE star Joanie Laurer, aka Chyna, has passed away at 46. Legendary icon singer Prince passed away at 57. And God, I'm sorry. I apologize for not remembering the mom on Everybody Loves Raymond, Doris. God, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But she passed away last week at the age of 90. Shouts goes out to all their families and friends. Prayers go out to all their families and friends. I'm sorry about that. And I'll bring you guys another video at another time. Until then, party people, I'm out.